Hey everyone, Andrew here with Just Review It. Currently I'm waiting in line for the no-touch car wash in my area. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm the 6th car in line right now. It's like the only one in the area that's like a no-touch. So I figured since I'm gonna be waiting here, I might as well take the time to do a update on the 2019 Nissan Leaf Plus. I've been wanting to do one for a while and figured that now's the best time since I'm gonna be waiting here anyway for a car wash. So real quick, I'm at 1,547 miles right now. See, the battery's at 65%, 24 degrees outside, and 123 miles of range that it says right now estimated. Yes, one thing I wanted to do is kind of give you like my top likes so far and my top dislikes of the car I've had so far. And I figured just kind of walk through them. So I'll start with the bad things. So very first thing off, no question about it, the worst thing about this car is this right here. So this console goes out so far that I'm constantly hitting my knee on it, and I am not a tall person. I'm like 5'6", 5'7", so having to always feel cramped is probably the thing I hate the most about this car, honestly. And that maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, I don't know, but that easily is one of the biggest pet peeves I have of this right now. Up would definitely be the storage here. So if I open this up, sorry about the beeping, the storage is tiny, so that's something else. There's like fit a few things in there, but no, and so I'm not the biggest fan of that either, but it is what it is. I don't really use it that much. I wish that it kind of moved forward as well, so it doesn't move at all. So like I'm kind of far back in my elbow as I'm driving here. So this is my hand, the steering wheel right now. Like maybe because I'm short, but it's just on the very front of it, which is kind of annoying. But that's just something. Wish that kind of slid forward a little bit. In my 2015 Nissan Leaf, that one has like, it's much bigger, and my elbow rests on that a lot better. So it is what it is. But that'd probably be the second thing. The third thing would be charging. So this one does have the CHAdeMO fast charger, but unfortunately it has been getting me capped out at about 37 kilowatts when I've been trying to charge it. And maybe that's because I'm at EVgo, I don't know, but I really haven't been able to get it past 37 kilowatts at a rapid charger. So I'm a little sad about that. I've also been reading a lot about the new Nissan Ariya, and that one's gonna have the CCS or CSS, I always forget, I'm sorry, but that kind of makes me a little nervous about what is going to happen with CHAdeMO chargers or CHAdeMO chargers throughout the country. I've been hearing people kind of saying they want Nissan to come out with an adapter, which would be great. So if they came with an adapter for that, we'd be good to go. But right now that doesn't exist. So when you go to a charging station, you have usually a bunch of CCSs, but you don't have maybe as many CHAdeMOs. There's probably one to every 3 or 4, which is kind of risky. But again, hopefully Nissan comes out with something just to let the Nissan owners still charge confidently throughout the US, but we'll see what happens. So that's 3 things, right? The CHAdeMO, the weird dash here, console, and then the storage. I would have to say, if I were going to pick something else that I'm not the biggest fan about this car, it's tough. I mean, I don't know if you can see right now, but I have 2 car seats in the back, fit my 2 boys, no problem. My wife can squeeze in there barely, but we don't get anybody back there. So have the 2 boys back there. My seat's pretty good. My son, he's 4 now, and he has enough legroom back there, so he's not complaining too much. So that's good. So yeah, I guess that's a good thing, right? Those are the bad things that I can think of right now with this car. So let's get into the good, since I'm not going to keep trying to back. So one thing I do want to say is I really do like the Google Maps and the big infotainment screen right here. It works pretty well almost all the time. There's a couple times where it glitches out and needs a restart, but that's not a big deal. It catches back up quickly and goes from there. So I'm enjoying that. Google Play, Android Auto, I use that quite a bit, and actually it does make things a little bit easier. So dash is pretty much or the controls for the heat are pretty much the same as my 2015 Nissan Leaf. The seat buttons pretty much the same, so that's nothing really new. Easy to use, which I also do enjoy. Same thing here with the shifter, same kind of in my 2015 Nissan Leaf, exactly the same. My biggest thing that I would easily say I love the most about this Nissan Leaf is this guy right here, e-pedal. So I use e-pedal all the time. It's essentially the 1 foot driving, and it works great. Once you get it down, it is awesome. It's not going to go from 20 to 0 super fast or anything like that, but if you can get it down and how you release your foot off the gas, you can really just get used to one pedal driving, and I love that. So I use e-pedal all the time. I love when I'm here right now in this line, I just have e-pedal on, so my car stopped. I don't have to have my foot on the brake. I don't have to keep going back and forth. This car's inch up. I just have e-pedal on, my foot's off the gas, and I can just move up, coast up as cars start moving up. It's amazing. So I use e-pedal all the time. I can't say enough good things about it. Yeah, so that's probably my #1 favorite thing about this car. The next thing I would have to say is the quick acceleration. I have fun all the time going off a red light, just racing cars next to me. I know that's kind of nerdy, but it's fun just going off and doing that, because this car does go pretty much fast. It is much quicker than my 2015 Nissan Leaf by a lot, and it's a lot of fun to drive. There's actually one day I was next to a Model X, and I was super excited because both of us were at a red light. I don't see a lot of Teslas in my area, and I was hoping that he would floor it and just kind of smoke me, but I think he was on autopilot and he wasn't even paying attention, so I think the car was just doing its thing, driving itself, but I still had fun saying I raced a Tesla. And let's see here, so quick acceleration, e-pedal. The seats, the seats are comfy. So these seats right here, I know they're a mess, I'm sorry, are super comfy. I think they call them they did some partnership with NASA and whatever, but air cushion early seats, they're very comfortable. I've driven lots in a day, now an hour and a half, 2 hours in a day. I did my road trip, like I said, the one time in the cold temperature. I drove this car from Chicago and back, and these seats are the real deal. They're very comfortable seats. The heated seats, obviously they are, that's great. I do also really steering wheel and the setup of it, how it's not like your typical steering wheel, has like a little race car feel to it. I really do enjoy that of this car. The controller's super easy to use. The big dash here is super easy to use. Nissan Autopilot or Pro Pilot Assist, that's fun to use as well. Sometimes I find myself using that in the city, and it's pretty good. I mean, as long as I'm watching what's going on around me, then it's really not a big deal. Obviously, it's not gonna stop at red lights or do anything like that, but if I'm just cruising along, it holds its own, and I do enjoy that function a lot. Actually, this car did save me one time. Traffic was on the left-hand side, and it was stopped, and I was being dumb looking over, and all of a sudden, the cars in front of me must have slammed on their brakes, and my car stopped itself. So it did the flashing red, beeping really loud, but I just wasn't there in enough time, and it stopped for me. So this car already has prevented me from getting in a collision, which I thought is amazing. So I really can't say enough good things about this car. I've had it for a few months now. I'm not driving too much in it because I'm still working from home, but every chance I get, I hop in this car and I take it wherever I can go, and I love this car. So it's liking it so far. I am still, that's another thing before I forget, the tax incentive, that's still good for this car. So I already have my taxes going, and I qualify for the $7,500, which is amazing. So I'm getting this Nissan Leaf SL Plus 2019 for under 30 grand, well under 30 grand after I get my $7,500 tax incentive. So it's hard to complain about the deal I got in this car. Again, I was on the fence about going Tesla route, but that kind of phased out the tax incentives, and that's kind of what got me in here. And sure enough, I'm getting that. So I have my eye on Aria when that comes out, because that incentive will still be available on that car. So I don't know, I might go the Aria route. I'm not too sure, but so far I'm loving this car. I can't really complain about it at all. Took it in a pretty bad winter storm the other day. I had to drive my mother-in-law downtown, and the car did perfect. I mean, my other Nissan Leaf did well in the snow too. This car, no other issues. So I'm really enjoying this car. 1,500 miles. Haven't had really any issues with it at all. I mean, it's a brand new car, so ideally you shouldn't. But yeah, this is the car so far. That's my likes and dislikes. E-pedal, I am mad when I drive my wife's Honda Pilot now and I have to use the gas and the brake pedal. I know it's dumb, but I just like the e-pedal that much. Range is definitely lower in the cold weather, but we all know that with EVs, so it's nothing new. Charging, I wish it was in Chatham, given what's going to happen with Nissan and the Aria, but that's about it. So if there's any Nissan Leafs by you 2019 that are still new and can still qualify for the tax incentive, I mean, it's definitely worth an option to look at. And yeah, if you have any questions, again, leave them below in the comments, and hopefully you guys have a good one. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.